All right, now to high school football. We're in the quarterfinals of the Sac-Joaquin Section Playoffs. A busy evening in our region with top-seeded teams coming off their bye weeks.
One of those teams, the undefeated Intercom Tigers, and that's where we kick stuff off with our coverage with our ABC10 Game of the Week.
Yes, the Davis Blue Devils coming off their first win in the first round over Gregory last weekend, making the trip across the causeway to Natomas. The home team scores early and often in this matchup. Intercom quarterback Jamaje Ray fires to John Lane in the end zone for the touchdown. It was 21-0 Tigers after the first quarter, but the Blue Devils get on the board in the second. Payne Barksdale calling his own number. He finds his way into the end zone for the Davis touchdown. It was 21-7 Tigers at halftime, and they would rattle off 22 more points before this one was over. The Intercom Tigers keep rolling in the playoffs after a 43-21 win over the Davis Blue Devils in our ABC 10 Game of the Week.
Got to climb a mountain for this one, and then to go against a team this big and athletic and then be able to hit with them, out-hit them probably. I mean, they're good. They're really good, but it was a great win. They were at score away 2 times, and we had to respond, we did.
All right, well, from our Game of the Week, we're now going to head south to Stockton, my hometown, where the 4th-seeded St. Mary's Rams are feeling rested after enjoying the bye week. The St. Mary's Rams, no stranger to postseason play. Coach Tony Franks leading them to another successful season with steep competition. And Farrell Brown and his Monterey Trail Mustangs would give them quite a test tonight. Opening quarter, Noah May is going to be picked off by Farrell Brown, and then he's off to the races right there. That's called a pick six. Mustangs scoring first, taking a 7-0 lead into the second quarter. But here come the Rams. May, he's going to hit Nick Murray on a touchdown strike, the first of 2 TDs from the Rams to take a 14-7 halftime lead. But TJ Ewing's Monterey Trail Mustangs, well, they are a second-half team for sure. Brown opens the third, returning the kickoff deep into the St. Mary's territory, setting up for this Victor Timonin touchdown there. That's the equalizer. Monterey Trail rallies to take down the St. Mary's Rams 28-21, advancing to the next round.
All right, now let's head over to El Dorado Hills. The 2nd-seeded Oak Ridge Trojans hosting the 7th-seeded Turlock Bulldogs. The Oak Ridge defense setting the tone in this game. Turlock quarterback Brock Pasley picked off by Avante Jacobs, who runs it back with a nice gain. And before a touchdown saving tackle is made, it's all good, though, because you'll see Avante Jacobs finish off what he got started. Oak Ridge quarterback Justin Lamson hitting Jacobs, and he finds the end zone to make it 7-0 Oak Ridge. Second quarter now, the Trojans capping off a drive with a short touchdown run by Dylan Warfield. It was 14-0 Oak Ridge at halftime. The Trojans protect home turf, beating Turlock 24-14. Oak Ridge will host Intercom next Friday.
The top-seeded Folsom Bulldogs back in action tonight, looking to defend their section championship, welcoming in the Edison Vikings out of Stockton. The Vikings would take a bite out of the Bulldogs first. Early in the first quarter, Roger White punches it in from 1 yard out. That's the lineman right there. Edison takes a 7-0 lead, but Folsom answers right back. Jake Reithmeyer back to pass, and he hits Elijah Badger. Watch Badger with the toe tap. That touchdown would tie things up at 7. Later in the quarter, Reithmeyer back at it again. This time he finds Zach Contrell, and Contrell goes 0 to 100 real quick. Folsom up 14-7, and since the Reithmeyer to Contrell connection was working so much, why not try it again? Here in the second quarter, Reithmeyer finds a wide open Contrell for the touchdown. Someone better guard that dude. Edison would actually come back to take the lead with 5 minutes left to go, but Folsom would score with 2 minutes left and hang on for the 45-42 victory. Folsom hosts Monterey Trail next week. And remember, complete scores, highlights, and all of that stuff on our sports page at abc10.com from throughout our region from tonight's second round of the Sac-Joaquin Section Playoffs.
But don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more playoff action coming your way. Coming up next on our Friday Night Football show, we're visiting the undefeated Center Cougars with Johnny Bartell in our ABC 10 Fan Game of the Week.
Thank you, ladies. And congrats to your team for winning tonight. Welcome back. Now it's time for your favorite part of the show and mine, our ABC 10 Fan Game of the Week.
Yes, John Bartell is back with us this week, and after your votes, we sent him out to Antelope to check in with those unbeaten Center Cougars. So take it away, Johnny Football.
Hey, Johnny Football here at Center High School in Antelope. Cougars, you asked me to come out here for the Fan Game of the Week, so let's go to those highlights. Enthusiasm is high at this playoff game, and for good reason. It's Cougars versus Colfax Falcons. And Center High will start the game off with a little interception. Watch as Brandon Fernandez snatches the ball from the Falcons' talons and takes it in for a touchdown. Touchdowns don't stop there. First quarter was legendary, and part of it was because of Legend Young. What a name and what a run. You know what else is legendary? Eagle spirit.
I have so much spirit because our football team is undefeated, 10-0, and it's about to be 11-0 tonight.
Spoiler alert, she's right. Things were heating up for the Cougars. And Legend Young at it again, screaming through the line like a hot pepper in a baby's mouth. Speaking of hot pepper, girls at the snack shacks call this one the jalapeno challenge. Woo-wee! That's one way to keep warm. Who's it gonna be? It's my girl Autumn for the win.
How does your mouth feel right now?
It's hot, but it's normal.
Back on the field, Moon is shining bright on this play. It's like it's spotlighting a path for Michael Wortham to make it to the end zone. Cougars with the big win tonight, 61-7.
Thank you so much, Johnny Football. The Center Cougars will host Bradshaw Christian next week. You can find extended highlights from all of these playoff games and coverage from throughout the regular season on the ABC10 YouTube channel. And maybe next week we'll get a rematch with Autumn and maybe one of those Bradshaw Christian fans with that hot pepper challenge.
That's what I was about to say. I still can't get over those hot peppers right there. I mean, I'm not one for spiciness, and she took like, what, 4 or 5 of those and just downed them like it was nothing?
Like a champ.
I would have died, Lina.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Well, Autumn's got you covered, so.
Right? Seriously, that was something else. That's impressive right there. But of course, we have a complete list of scores on the sports page on ABC10.com. We have more coming up on the Friday Night Football Show. But first, the Consumnes Oaks High School cheerleaders taking us out to break.
We are Wolfpack Cheer! You are watching Friday Night Football on ABC10!
Well, welcome back. Let's get you out to Elk Grove. Consumnes Oaks Wolfpack hosting the Granite Bay Grizzlies. Granite Bay's Nick Poulos connecting with Kobe Weeks for the second time in this game, making it 14-7 Grizzlies in the second quarter. Now watch this. Wolfpack QB Anthony Grigsby Jr. will avoid the sack, and then he goes off the defender, the ball does, off the shoe, and then it lands in the hands of Moses Oladejo, tying the game at 14. And in the second half, the Wolfpack start rolling. Grigsby Jr., you'll see him go deep, and he will find his guy Ishmael Rayberg in the end zone for the touchdown. The extra point is good, so that gives CO a 21-20 lead. The Granite Bay Grizzlies give the Wolfpack a scare, but the Consumnes Oaks Wolfpack pull away with the win. 31-20 the final, and they will host Elk Grove next Friday.
All right, at Antelope visiting Capital Christian, Cougars are perfect in league play. And they showed it in this one. We'll pick things up in the third quarter. Cougars ball. Isaiah Bass takes the handoff. He bursts through the hole like a rocket. That touchdown gave Capital Christian a 22-10 lead, and they would add to it in the fourth quarter on the 1-yard line. Just give the ball to Zeke Burnett. He runs it in with attitude. Cougars go up 27-10. Capital Christian hangs on to defeat Antelope 27-17. The Cougars host Manteca next Friday.
And we're not done with this week of the playoffs. Jesuit hosting Central Catholic out of Modesto tomorrow afternoon in Division II. Kickoff set for 1 o'clock, and the winner will meet the Whitney Wildcats, who upset the Rockland Thunder tonight. But that is all we have for you tonight. We'll see you back here next week for the semifinals of the high school football playoffs. Friday Night Football on ABC 10.